breakthrough performances are much less about having to acquire some new piece of knowledge, and they're much more about using knowledge that we already have. And most people's approach to getting a breakthrough would be to read a book or go to a class, talk to an expert, and acquire some piece of knowledge that they think they're missing, and if they had it, would enable them to do better. So you'd go to the golf pro, you'd read the latest business book, it wouldn't matter what it is, you'd take a lesson, you'd gain some information in some way. Now, if you think about it, if knowledge was all we needed, we'd all read a book, we'd all be world champions. In fact, in this internet age, knowledge is the easiest thing to get hold of. And it's obviously, that's not what happens. It has to be something else involved in getting to a breakthrough. And to me, it's reducing what I'd call interference. Interference is the stuff that goes on in our mind that distracts us from what we really need to pay attention to. If you were a golfer, it would be when you step on the first tee, your mind is busy talking to you about don't screw up because you look foolish. You're worried about what everybody thinks about you as they watch you. You're thinking about how to hold a club and how to stand. You're thinking about not going in the water. So all of those things distract you from what you need to pay attention to, which is what you're actually doing. If you're making a speech, then the mind starts worrying about what's the audience thinking. Have I got my logic in order? I hope they're going to react the right way. And then, of course, you see somebody's eyes roll up, or they're whispering to somebody, and their mind starts saying, oh, they don't like what I'm saying. And when you're caught up in that, again, you're not thinking through what it is you want to say very clearly. So interference can show up in anything that we do, and it shuts down our ability to use the knowledge that we have. And there's nobody that I know on the planet that's immune from interference. Even these high-level athletes and musicians can get interference, and that's actually what separates out the highest level performers, in my mind, from everybody else, is their ability to manage that more often. The simple principle for reducing interference is you find something that you can pay attention to that is relevant to the task, that shows up as doable. So if it was hitting a golf ball, the classic one in golf would be to look at the back of the ball at impact. And that diverts the mind away from all that other conversation that's going on in it. If you're making a speech, it would be to look at what I would call a head nodder in the front row, somebody whose head's nodding and makes you feel more comfortable, and don't look at anybody else until you feel your level of tension go down. So whatever you're doing, you break the task down to a level where you think you have the skill to meet it, and that enables us to get into what's often called a zone or flow state, and that's where we do our best stuff.